Like, I don't have anything against San Antonio. I guess the only thing I have against San Antonio is they kind of remind me, without all the cheating, of the basketball version of the New England Patriots. Always winning. Here's a stat that I read on Facebook. Who posted this? I think it was my man St. Louis Ron. If he's listening to the show, shouts out to St. Louis Ron. St. Louis Ron posted, and I didn't verify this, but I'm going to believe him because St. Louis Ron is good with these stats and type of things. St. Louis Ron posted that the San Antonio Spurs have been in the NBA for 40 years. They have made the playoffs 37! What? That's crazy. 40 years in the league, playoffs 37. And I'm thinking back to all of the great players they had before the era of Greg Popovich and Tony and Tim Duncan and David Robinson and all of those cats before that. Obviously, they had George Gervin, the Iceman cometh. And so they've always been relevant. They may not have started winning championships until Tim Duncan got there, but they've always been relevant. 37 out of their 40 years, they made the playoffs. And they kind of remind me of the dominance of the New England Patriots. Popovich kind of reminds me a little bit of old punk-ass Bill Belichick. Did you see Popovich last night on the halftime little interview, man? Can you imagine if a black coach were to give the answers that Greg Popovich gives to these reporters? Listen, I hate to take it there, but I'm keeping it real. Every time I watch Greg Popovich and he gives some little smart-ass, alecky little half-wit, short answer to the media, and I just imagine, what if Avery Johnson or what if Doc Rivers had a tendency to answer the media like that and talk to the media like that? They would be killing them. And Popovich just gets away with it. That's that privilege shit we talking about. Not saying the man ain't a great coach. There's no record of them cheating like Belichick. Not saying the man ain't a great coach, but I absolutely hate how it's a double standard for his ass. He's the most rude, arrogant coach in the NBA, and nobody calls him out on it. Your shit stink too. Plus, obviously, they've been in the Western Conference. They're in the Western Conference, and so many a times they've been a thorn in the side to my Lakers. That's probably the real reason. But they get a win last night, Game 3 in Memphis. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, man? Let me read some messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, go to Spreaker.com. That's speaker with an R. All right, Spreaker.com. And hit the little chat bubble. It's an icon of a comic book, little talk button or whatever. Click on that. Create a little account. It'll take you like 30 seconds to jump in the chat room on Spreaker.com. I try to read as much as I can on the show, in the flow of the show. So just jump in, man, and meet the Stewies. Get down with the Stew Nation. Get ready for TDSS 3 that's coming along in October and November. What we're waiting for, and what TDSS is the annual birthday celebration of the Doug Stewart Show and the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. And so this year will be the third installment of that. Haven't announced the dates yet, man, but we're waiting on the NFL to release its schedule. And so we kind of build TDSS around, the NFL schedule. When the Falcons have a home game, the show's based here in ATL. When the Falcons have a home game, and it's a good team that they're playing, and we'll have the TDSS anniversary celebration. Usually it's like the middle part of October. Or maybe late November. Can't remember what we did last year. But big fun, man. This is a real movement we got going on here with this podcast, man, on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, the Doug Stewart Show, and a bunch of other great shows, man. Join up. be a part of it, man, and join in on the festivities. Yes, sir. From J. Clyde Censor. J. Clyde Censor says, I don't know anything about Wu-Tang. Well, depending on how old you are, you may not. I mean, if you're a greenhorn. If you're a greenhorn, then you may not know anything about Wu-Tang Clan. Have they done anything lately? Like, have they released an album together lately? I don't think so. And I'm not into music like that where I'll go and find a bunch of stuff outside of what's on the radio. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm listening to talk radio anyway. Jam from Snellville. Honestly, Stewies and Stewettes, I'm going to respect Wu-Tang because they did have skills, but I'm from the South, Shawty, and I hated this shit because I didn't understand. I hated this shit, but I didn't understand half the shit they were talking about. Here's the thing about Wu-Tang, if you didn't know, Jam from Snellville. I'm from the South, too, and I understand what you're saying. A lot of stuff. The thing about Wu-Tang is it's not they're talking about New York-centric stuff. Their rhyme schemes, their rhyme patterns are so abstract that it's really hard to follow. Like, you almost have to go back and listen to Ghostface Killah and Raekwon Chef. Like, you almost have to stop and rewind and, like, try to listen to, their rhymes and what exactly they mean. They have a lot of metaphors. They have a lot of things that you have to really think back and think about and think back about what exactly does this ninja mean when he says this. Yeah. So I understand what you're saying. And once again, the music all has this kind of weird type feel to it where they try to mix in some kung fu, Shaolin, Wu-Tang, Asian music stuff or whatever by the RZA. So I get what you're saying, but it's not because you're from the South and they're from New York. It's not New York-centric stuff. It's just that they think very deeply. Right. They think very deeply, especially Raekwon and Ghostface. Like, you listen to a Ghostface track and you like, damn, this ninja can rhyme. But I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. You literally have to go back. It's almost like me watching Game of Thrones. Like, I understood Game of Thrones, the TV show on HBO, the series. I understood Game of Thrones the second time I listened to it. Every time I hear a Ghostface track, I have to stop and rewind it because these guys just think different. And I don't know whether it's because of those woos that they talked about smoking when they were growing up. I don't know. From Coach Noy Bramble, Raekwon dropped an album last week, and the music is very good. I got to check it out. I got to get caught up. I'm definitely going to get that. I'm definitely going to go and listen to that. Download that on iTunes or whatever. Big fan of Raekwon. But I also got to check out this new Kendrick Lamar everybody talking about. From Corey, that is the reason the South rock with Meth more than the other members of Wu-Tang. Right, Meth is a little bit more mainstream. Meth is, he thinks very deeply as well. But yeah, I agree. Meth is, for lack of a better term, a little bit more commercial than them other cats. Like, when you start talking about Inspector Deck and what's the other dude named? You God? Like, they even more abstract than Old Dirty Bastard and Raekwon the Chef and Ghostface. But you really don't pay attention to You God and Inspector Deck or whatever to that level. And a lot of people like Inspector Deck. Inspector Deck is nice. He's nice. But once again, my personal favorites, man, is Raekwon the Chef and number one probably. I think I will give the number one spot to Ghostface Killah. Maybe Maybe that's what we do next, man. We start paying homage to the members of Wu-Tang Clan. So we probably got to do Ghostface Killer first. Then we probably need to do Old Dirty Bastard. We can do Method Man. All these cats have had their own individual projects. Just very, very rhyme oriented. From that ninja, the first Wu-Tang tape was my high school workout music. Wow. Yeah, you're about that age. I can understand that. From Big Apple Bastard, Wu-Tang, not for. Good morning, Big Apple Bastard. Hey, Big Apple Bastard, I heard you yesterday on the Underground Railroad show. Has anybody ever told you you sound a lot like the Jungle Brother? It couldn't be. I know it couldn't be. Very strange. But Jungle Brother, if you didn't know, and I'm sure you don't know because he's been suspended from the Doug Stewart show for over a year now. But that was very odd. Anyway, Big Apple Bastard says, Wu-Tang not for everybody. They deep. Most folks like L Boogie can't comprehend. Talking about, I don't know who he's talking about, somebody in the chat room named L Boogie. From that ninja, here I am. I'll be damned if this ain't some ish coming to spread the butter lyrics over homily grits. From Chucktown Frank, wait a minute. Is the Wu-Tang Clan dead or something? Why the hell all this hoopla about a crew that really only had 2 to 3 good rappers? What? See that, Chucktown Frank? I'm going to need you to back off this Wu-Tang conversation, sir. Maybe y'all didn't get Wu-Tang and James Island. Wait, I'm not throwing a shot at James Island. I know they didn't listen to Wu-Tang and Monk's Corner. But, sir, let me take a look at this list of cats. All of these guys are masterfully skilled lyricists. All of them. You talk about 3 to 4, that's a lot. What was it, 9 members of Wu-Tang? Okay? I'm looking at these guys right now. Jizza, great. Old Dirty Bastard, great. Method Man, great. Raekwon the Chef, great. Ghostface Killer, great. Inspector Deck, great. You God and Master Killer, I don't know. But that's like 7 or 8 of them cats, man, out of 9. Man, you better respect the Wu. Stop it. Respect the Wu, man. Respect the Wu. Yeah. When we get back from the break, man, Cavs get it done last night. We'll quickly talk about that game. More conversation on the great Wu-Tang Clan. They ain't nothing to F with. Once again, on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away.
For those who choose to cross the line, I'm in the paint. I'm always on my grind.